So good evening, everyone. My name's Rebecca McQuilty. I am a Premier Pro 6 here in Brisbane, Queensland, which clearly that photo was not taken. That was in Salt Lake City, Utah last year for Pro 5 Summit, and what an incredible experience that was. It was just absolutely spectacular. So I've been with LifeVantage since about September 2017. I purely started as a customer, which is why this training tonight resonates with me so much, because I very, very blatantly told the person who introduced me to the product that I was not remotely interested in a business. I already had a business at the time, plus a little one and lots of other things to do, and I just wasn't at all interested. And it wasn't until that I had the result that I had on the product that I started sharing, just out of authenticity, that I just had to, feel that it was my moral obligation not to tell, that I had to get out there and tell people. And when I did, people wanted it, and they kept asking me where to get it from, and hence here I am today. So you should really enjoy this training tonight that my beautiful friend Katie Hill is joining me on. So I am super, super honored to introduce, if you have not met this girl before, this is the gorgeous Kate Hill. And can you read that, Kate?
I can. Here I am. I can see. I don't really need to read it because I kind of know that I'm a Premier Pro 5 and I'm definitely a Premier Pro 10 in training. I've got my beautiful Amber Lee there with us. That was actually at one of the events here in Perth, which we had a great time with. I can see Jamie at the back there bobbing his little head in. So I'm in WA. I joined LifeVantage July 2017, so I'm nearly 2 years in. I'm a bit like Beck. I became like, somebody gave it to me because they look so fabulous, and I had some issues with my joints. And to be honest, it didn't take that long for me to really just say, oh my gosh, I have an obligation as well to let people know about this. I was not going to be a really full-on distributor. I just wanted to really represent myself as a nurse, really, and help people to understand it. And so, before I knew it, I was ranking up, and here I am now. It's a full-time gig for me. So yeah, I'm just thrilled. I love to train you guys. I love to see you. I love Rebecca McQuilty. We have a great friendship now, which has developed, in the last, well, it was right from the get-go back, really, wasn't it? So yes. Let's crack on. And, customers, we know how important customers are. Just because customers run our business, they give us that residual income. But, giving them an opportunity to actually, do what we do is just, it's like a gift. And it's so common, that people don't even realize that they have that opportunity there. I mean, I didn't realize. I remember when my sponsor was doing it, I said, "Oh no, I couldn't do it with you. You'd have to share your leads or whatever." I didn't even know what a lead was, to be honest. She said, "No." She said, "It's about building a great big business and helping people." And I went, "Well, I'm in." So yeah, let's get on with the announcements, Beck, and then we can crack on with our presentation.
Sounds good. And we're going to share this tonight. So we're going to try and go slide for slide. So first and foremost, I would absolutely love to welcome all of our brand new distributors. If you're joining us for the first time on training, you are getting like the best training on earth with us too. It's only going to go downhill from here. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Welcome. We are so glad to have you. It's really exciting when you join our business. If I could give you one word of advice, just take it step by step and learn as you go. You're not going to be 100% amazing, perfect in your first day or week or month. It really is about learning and growing, and the first step to that is being on training. So you're definitely in the right place.
Okay, so rank advancements. Oh gosh, this month has been, I think, probably one of the biggest, Beck, hasn't it? I think there was about 30 rank advancements within Team Activate. We are 39. We are on fire. So we just want to really recognize, the top ones. So, we've got our beautiful G Fletcher, who we all know now. She's ranked Pro 8, and she's just a dynamite. We've got Raji Deva, oh my gosh, she's got to Pro 6. This girl, she's just ranked like the wildfire, and she's a beautiful soul, and she does it a little bit differently than some. So it's great to watch her. Rhonda Muller as well, gone to Pro 5. Like, I just blink and Rhonda's there. So fantastic. And my beautiful Christine James has gone to Pro 5. She's just, she does it from the heart, everybody. She's just a beautiful soul, and congratulations. And Gail Pearson, oh goodness, she's over there in New Zealand. She's ranked so quick to Pro 5. She's got in that 5,000, you know, US dollars Mad March, and we're just so excited to have her now in our front line and in our businesses to all help us. So well done. That's everybody.
Massive. 39 rank advancements for the month. Isn't that insane?
Insane.
So what I'd like to introduce you to now, for those of you who weren't lucky enough to join us around the country with Carrie Dickey, is our brand new product launch. And this is ProBio, our incredible probiotic. And on Wednesday night coming, I'll flick to the next slide and just do this one as well. We're going to have the beautiful Charlotte Venter doing a full product training with us at 8:30 Queensland time. So New South Wales, Northern Territory, Tassie is 8:30, and all the other times are there for you as well. So for those of you who missed the training, please make sure that you jump onto that. And even if you were at the training, it's really great just to hear that information again so that we really get the information correct when we're sharing it with customers. So that's this Wednesday coming on this Zoom number.
Okay, let's go into important for you to know and do. So, you know, we need to really make sure that people know that to use Pretendin for 1 month for every decade. So, you know, if you're 40, it's 4 months, and, you know, you start people right up front on that regular commitment to enrolling on the subscription. I mean, the Pretendin once a month, like when I talk about it, I mean, I obviously tell them that that's what they need to expect, but I also really say, look, you know, a lot of people feel benefits right at the start. So, you know, you may well. So we don't want to be going into a negative if it's going to take months, but, you know, it's realistic. Look after your customers, stay in contact. This is so important, you know, keep them in a little list and keep in touch with them. And, you know, they'll feel like you're not just selling them something and walking away. Look, number 4 is so important, and I've realized that as I've gone in the business. I think at the beginning we get a scramble. We're like so desperate, aren't we, for distributors and customers, and, you know, we're just scrambling around. But, you know, we really need to look at people getting in where they fit in. And, you know, even if they're not quite ready to start, they might later, you know, they call it in the business high noon. They may change and become a customer, and then a customer into a distributor. So it's so important, guys, to work that out right up front. And distributors, you know, remember, you always have to have that one-off monthly subscription of the 40 volume. Doesn't matter which way it sits. It can be your Nerf 1, Nerf 2, it can be hand creams for them, whatever. As long as you get a 40 volume every month, that keeps you being paid, basically. So new distributors join on training on Thursday night, same time, same Zoom, same number. So that's really, you know, getting them introduced really quickly, and the basic training, and that's just every Thursday. So when you get new people in, get them on, and we'll talk them all through how to start strong.
Just some important protocol as well. First and foremost, we never cross-recruit. So when you're talking to somebody, ask them if they've heard of the product before, if they've heard of LifeVantage, if they've heard of Pretendin. If the answer is yes, ask them who spoke to them about it. Or if you're talking to someone on Facebook or on one of our pages, please make sure that you always ask who added them to the group and send them back to that person. Always look after your people and don't just drop them into a group, because people can often forget who even put them there in the first place. So if that is the case, you don't want to be losing those people. No personalized marketing material at corporate events. We're just going to run through these quite quick because we do go through them each week. And your business starts and ends with you. This is the best mindset for success. So no blaming others. Your business is your business. And if that's successful, you know, that's to your, you know, that's a huge benefit to you. And if you're not succeeding, you're not getting where you want to be, you really need to come back to yourself and look at what work you need to do to improve those results. No expecting other people to give you people. Please always remain compliant. Watch a compliance video that Dr. Rachel's done on our Team Activate website. If you are a new distributor, please just go back to your sponsor and ask them to go through that website with you and show you how to log on to that if you haven't been already.
Okay, we have great team support. I think a lot of you know that, but for you new distributors out there, it's amazing. So for distributors only, we've got that beautiful Facebook group for all distributors. So you just put them in there and we tick the box and say, yep, you can come in and approve. Then we've got the website, so teamactivate.net, and that's fantastic for all your videos to learn and follow. And then the customers or any prospects and distributors, you've got your Facebook group, Activate My Life, which is great information and testimonials. Facebook group, Activate My Pet, which is a wonderful place too. And hopefully one day we'll get the Pet Tandem, but lots of people are using Pro Tandem and it's great. And then we've got the website. So you send the website, Activate My Life, to any new prospect that wants to really learn about it. It's got the video on, it's got all the peer reviews, it's got lots of places to look.
Oh, that cracks me up every time. Okay, so your roadmap from as a distributor should really be, your first goal should be Pro 2. So you want to hit Pro 2 within the first 30 days, which is 2,500 points, and that's going to give you a 250 Australian dollar bonus. Next is Pro 3, which is 5,000 points in 90 days, and you'll get $625 bonus for that. Pro 5, 20,000 points, Pro 5 Summit. That is incredible. And we're going to talk about this one a little bit later on, which is Pro 7, 100,000 points is going to get you to, it says win a trip to the USA. We're actually got a little surprise for those of you who may not know that the location has actually changed, and that's to the Elite Retreat.
I'm very excited about the Elite Retreat.
Absolutely.
It's been on my bucket list for so long, I can't even tell you.
Me too.
Okay, so it's all about ranking, isn't it, guys? Because what does ranking mean? It means it opens new levels of compensation for us, and that means more money in the bank and more people happy and more people healthy. So, you know, when you're looking at your ranking, you've got to look across there, and there's the volumes. Let's give you an example. You've got to get your leg splits right. So, you know, let's just give you a simple example at Pro 2. So you need 2.5 volume, and that's a percentage of 80-20. That's the percentage. So you've got to have 80% on one leg, a maximum of one leg, and then a minimum on the other. So you have to have like 2,000 max on your strong leg and 500 on the other leg. And if you look across it, like, let's go straight to Pro 5 with your 3 legs, because once you get there, you can have more than 3 legs. You can split it. You've got, it's a 20,000 to get to your Pro 5. And you've just got to split that up. So you'll have a maximum of 12,000 on one leg and the rest on the other leg. So it is a little bit confusing when you start. So always look upline to your sponsor to get confirmation. There's an easy way to see if you've worked that out in your back office, isn't the back? You can see it all. That makes it really simple. So get someone to show you that, and they can go through it.
Yep, absolutely. And what's possible for you with LifeVantage? And look, everybody wants something different. Not everybody wants this as a retirement plan. Some of you may just want it as a bit of a sidekick, a bit of a side hustle where, you know, it might bring in an extra sort of $500 or $600 a month that's going to help with some of your residual bills. But wherever you fit in is on this income disclosure statement. Honestly, there's a place for everybody in this business. But if I can say one thing to you, don't aim low. Like if you're looking at Pro 3 going, you know what, I'd like an extra $500 extra a month. Why not go Pro 6 and have an extra $5,000 a month? Well, how would that change your life? How would that change the life of your family? How would that change the life of your children in years to come? You know, so really don't put a limit on yourself, and don't put that cap on yourself, because, you know, if you think that you could only do Pro 3 when you can go Pro 10, go Pro 10, man. Like that's where I'm headed. That's where Kate's headed. And just don't put a cap on yourself. The only person who's going to tell you that you can't do this is you. And the minute that you take that limitation of yourself off, sky's the limit.
So true, Beck. You know, looking at the Master Pro 10 there, 100,000 a year. And when you've gone to the Carrie Dickey training, and you know, it's not really about the money, is it? It's about the freedom. It's about being able to go to Mexico and stay there for 3 weeks if you want to. You know, that's the lifestyle we all want. So here's my bucket list. Who's going to the Maldives? Oh my gosh! Like, they have a really treat in Scottsdale and Arizona, which is okay. It's going to be a spa and, you know, all that, but oh my gosh, we are just being so spoiled. We don't have to go as far. We get to go in these beautiful cabins and snorkel and do all that. It's just unbelievable that they're going to take us to the Maldives. So each and every one of us should have that picture on our fridge. I had the castle in Ireland on my fridge, and I looked at it every day. We have to have vision, everyone, and there's no reason why we can't get there. So you need to get to Pro 7 by July and maintain it for a month. You get your, and then you'll get your Jeep or your 25 US as well, so you can have a really nice time in the Maldives. Although, you know what, these trips that they give us, my gosh, we are so spoiled, aren't we, Beck? You don't really need any cash with you because everything's paid for. So it's a trip for two. It's not even just for one. So, you know, bring it on.
Absolutely. Doesn't that just look glorious, guys? Like, honestly, if you don't have this picture on your vision board, on your fridge where you're looking at it every day, and please don't look at this and go, oh, well, you know, well, that's all good and well if you're a Pro 5. You're about to meet someone really soon who has ranked like crazy, and I know that she's going to be at this elite retreat, and she has been in this business for a really short period of time. If you're there looking at this going, oh my gosh, I would really love that, but I could never do it, you are 100% right, because mindset is everything. If you believe you can't achieve that, you're right. But if you believe that you can achieve it, no matter what, you know, just go for it. What have you got to lose? What if you go for it and you fell a little bit short, but you've just grown your business exponentially? Wouldn't that be better than not trying at all? So that's my advice.
Brilliant.
And then I just muted myself. Speaking of which, I'm going to ask Raji to unmute herself for a moment. And I just want to introduce you to, I know Raji's probably been Mover and Shaker before. And we used to have a segment called Rising Star. This chick is not a rising star. Let me give you the tip. She is an absolute star already. She has come into the business only 10 months ago, and she has ranked like crazy. She was Pro 5 only not even a couple of months ago. She's been to Pro 5 Summit. She's just come back, and now she's Pro 6. She has got over 100 distributors in her downline. And yeah, just incredible. Raji has a history of being a healing artist. She's an entrepreneur. She's worked with from home with Chinese medicine. She's a shiatsu practitioner, and just an incredible girl. If you've had the honor to ever meet her, you'll realize how beautiful and sweet she is. But I'm going to ask her a few questions now, because I certainly want to know how she got to Pro 6 so quickly. Raji, are you there?
Yes, of course I'm here. How can I not be? You
hey,
too,
beautiful.
Kate,
how are you?
Kate and Rebecca, my favorite girls. Are you kidding me? Let's party all the way.
I love it. Oh, I love it. I love it. Listen, girl, I'm going to ask you, like, when I'm like, okay, I get to do training tonight and I get to talk to someone and I have to ask them, like, what they're doing, and I get to pick their brain. You were the first person who came to mind, for the mere fact that, you know, you hold such incredible energy, and there's been a lot that that you actually say in just conversations that really hits home to me. But I'd love for you to share with everyone tonight 10 months in LifeVantage and Pro 6. Tell me how you got there.
I've got no idea. It's a whole big miracle, to be honest. But I can tell you one thing. I have been absolutely obsessed about LifeVantage and this work like I've never been obsessed before in my life. And I don't know why. I fully trust it. I don't judge myself. I don't blame myself. I don't feel guilty about it. I decided this is my meditation. My meditation is to run this business. I love it because I love people and I love changing lives. I've always been passionate about transitioning people from pharmaceuticals to plant-based medicine. I love touching people with my hands. I've done it for 20 years. whether when I was a yoga teacher or shiatsu practitioner or watsu, which is water therapies, or Reiki, or all the various crafts that I did, including photography. I used to love doing portraits. I just love people. I love people. And I love seeing them healing naturally and connecting with nature and asking themselves, why am I sick? What's going on with me? And really connecting with nature and with the most simple but most potent alternatives. And do you want me to share a little bit about what I do, or what is there anything else?
Yeah, a little bit about what you do, but how have you got so many distributors on in such a short period of time? Have you done that through the work that you do? Are you picking and choosing who you talk to or who you share this with?
Yeah, I think there's a couple of factors probably that I must include, which is I've been a musician for 7 years. I've known a lot of people, and at that period when I was living in Perth, by the way, where you, Kate, are, Katie, I've known a lot of people, and a lot of people came to know us and trust me. Already there was trust and relationship established with a huge community. However, I don't have a lot of distributors from those circles, really. It's just that I had been an influencer before, so I'm familiar with that sort of zone. But once again, if I'll someone fiddling with their
yeah, that's it.
Yeah. If I narrow it down to what are the things that I really do, is I allow myself really to be as passionate and as fast-paced and obsessed as I want to be, and I really encourage everyone to see the incentives that the company, our beautiful companies, give us. Can someone mute
whoever that is? We have
Arnie's phone.
Yeah, Arnie, can you mute, please? It's just interrupting training. That's all, and Raji's speaking. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry,
maybe we can mute them if you're a host. So yeah, one of the things is, like, if you could actually look at the incentives that the company is giving us, the Pro Setter 2, the Pro Setter 3, the Pro 5 Summit, and actually have a game with yourself and just tell yourself, I'm going to win this. Everything that they throw at you, I'm going for it. Because at the end of the day, they are there to pave a line of success for you. It's not a bait. They want you to succeed in the business. So I've treated all those incentives straight from the start as a competition with myself, or as like some kind of an incentive with myself to prove to myself that I can build and I can sustain the business. And I've ticked all the boxes. So I'm now going to the elite,
Yeah.
the last one for the year. Well, the last, they always say it's the last, but hey, there's going to be many more. So just to touch on 2 more points, I support each and every one of my team members who's showing me action and that they're energetically on the journey. I have a very straightforward but loving approach. And I just want to be really honest with people where they're at and where they're at in their life, and in a reflection of their growth as well. And we often talk about self-development when we need to address the business strategies, so they can move on together with themselves internally as well as outwardly in this business, because I truly believe this business is about self-development first and foremost. And ranking. I'm so glad you've mentioned that before, Rebecca or Katie. It's so important, guys. It's really important to rank, because it simply means more people on the product and more income. And the more you rank and teach your team members to rank, the more you reach and allow others to reach and flourish and blossom. So trust the Pro Setter, Pro 3 and Pro 5 Summits. Go run for your life, be obsessed, be passionate, and take as much responsibility as you can on your business. That's it.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, you give me goosebumps, girl. That's so good. Thank you so much for sharing. And you know, you can see when Raji's talking how authentic she is and how she just talks with ease about, and you can hear it in her voice, her passion. And that's what people are attracted to. If you're confident in what you do. That was my cat. I apologize. That's just live streaming for you, isn't it? That's the second time she's done that. She's not going anywhere because this is her house. She runs it. That's all my paperwork on the floor now. Thank you. So Raji, look, you know, thank you so much for sharing those absolute golden nuggets with us, because you're so right. It's passion, and it's leading with love, and, you know, like attracts like, and your energy is amazing. And when people see that you're confident and you're so passionate and, as you say, obsessed with what you do, how could someone not want to be a part of that? So massive congratulations to you again on Premier Pro 6. We're super, super proud of you, girl.
Thank you so much.
Speaking of being proud of people, Katie Hill, do you want to announce this one?
March Madness. I just want to say, Raji, thank you. That was inspirational, wasn't it? I had the pleasure of hanging with Raji in the summit, and my goodness, there's like I don't know, you've got a presence that is just so beautiful and real. So thank you for sharing that. March Madness. Oh my gosh, like, congratulations. We just nailed it in Australia. Oh my gosh, like, you know, I think it came up and we're like, oh God, it's all around the world. You know, there's these like, you know, superstars in America and Japan, and what, look, first prize, our beautiful Gail Pearson, 5,000 US. I mean, really? And runner up, Rhonda Muller, 2,500. I'm so proud of these girls, and proud of Australia, of what we're creating. So, you know, never think that we're just a small country not really pushing this. We are coming. And fantastic. Well done, girls.
And just a reminder with Facebook that Facebook requires anyone that you're adding, they need to accept if you're adding them to a group before you can actually tag them on anything. So please just make sure that you let them know they need to look out for a notification and accept. So if you've added someone to a group and you know the frontline team who are the people who approve them, please go send them a message saying, hey, can you approve this person? I can't tag them. There's a reason for that. Always go back to that person first. And if you've let them know that you've added them to the group, please accept my ad, and then you'll be able to tag them. That'll just save a lot of, for everybody.
Okay, just a little look at our training schedule. So Team Training Australia is Monday night, so that's tonight. Obviously, we have different topics that we go to. Tuesday night now, well, we're doing the DMOs, aren't we, Beck? That's the deal now. Yeah. So the Power Hour, we call it now, and so we have them. It's tonight, isn't it? 8:30 New South Wales. So we're actually doing more power hours, and we're doing specific training. So we'll sort of show you how to, you know, go into a group, for instance, and find people that, you know, you resonate with, and develop relationships. Because on Facebook, it's about developing relationships with like-minded people, and then, you know, we have an opportunity to offer them our opportunity. So, you know, I encourage you to get on the Power Hour. It's great fun. We all do it together, and it'll get you into the habit of doing those daily actions that we know will put people in our funnel. If we don't talk about this, if we don't offer this opportunity, there's no one there, and it will be zero. You won't grow your business. So it's the 8888 number. Get on.
So this was New South Wales and all that finally brought back up to Queensland. And congratulations to all of us. You're now back on Queensland time, so it'll be the same for all of us. So 7:30 each night, and there is actually one during the day as well around lunchtime. I think it's 12 or 12:30. Keep an eye out on Team Activate. And please, guys, we take a lot of time out of our days to facilitate these for you. I took, you know, last Friday night off. Spending time with my family to spend it with you as distributors to help you grow your businesses. So we're more than happy to do that, but we're only happy to do it if there's people on. I know one of them, we only had like 7 or 8 people on last time, and we've got hundreds of distributors. So if you've ever listened to Anthony Robbins as a trainer, the one thing that he talks about is the hour of power. And what you can get done in 1 hour, and we proved that Friday night, like the amount of people we contacted. I had a distributor come up to me at the event the next day on the Saturday and say, oh my gosh, look at my inbox. I've got like 12 messages that I have to write back to because of all the work that we got done in that hour. So please, guys, jump on that. Don't miss it. Otherwise, we're just going to have to shut it down. Please also keep an eye on the LifeVantage events Facebook page for upcoming events. And if you've got an event in your area, please share it and so that we can get lots of.
Okay, we are lovely Activate My Pet. Don't forget about this because we all have best friends to be healthy as well. So the Facebook group, and put people in there, particularly if you're interested in their pets and share. So if you have anybody that's using it and they're still pop it in there, because we know that our animals suffer too from oxidative stress, and we all love them.
Yeah. And don't forget when you're attending all of the events here in Australia, that you actually get reserved for PCD at the Elite Academy. And for every guest that you bring to an event that signs up within the first 4 weeks, you'll also receive a free LifeVantage t-shirt. So please just make sure you email Angela Packy to receive that as well. All right, now all of this announcements done. Sorry guys, we're going to get that information out to you. We're going to shoot straight into training now and talk about how to turn your customers into distributors.
Okay, so what it's all about is really creating great customer service. We've got to look after these people that we bring on, because if we don't, that they will just, have more chance of dropping off. They'll feel like they've just been sold something and don't. And we just want to keep that conversation going. So whatever you do, don't under-promise and over-deliver. You need to be honest up front, with all the information that we've got, and just do that with all your customers. Share information online. Facebook groups are fantastic for your customers to see and be in. They keep connected. They see the posts. That makes them realize, how important it is that they keep staying on it. Because I think what happens is they forget how sick they were before, or they had little things, and then they think, oh, do I really need to be on that? So keeping them informed, it's regular information that we post, a lot in that group. It's great stuff, and it'll just keep them in line with what it's doing for their bodies and their health. Introduce a frequent communication calendar to enable you to remember. So, I've been a little bit of a failure at this. I'm not very good at organisation, but I'm getting there. So I've got a little book, and I write down when I've sent a message to them and I've had a chat with them, and then I make sure I put it on my calendar for a month later just to call in with them. Run relevant promotions to encourage engagement, because we do have like Mother's Day gigs where we, might give a free hand cream or free shipping or anything like that. Keep them informed, like the new Pro Bio. We can send them off all the information.
Beautiful. Awesome. Thanks, Kate. Okay, so some more top tips for you. So creating monthly communications. So you might have a newsletter, or it might just be an email that goes out. Could just be a new little video clip or something that you found, something to just keep your customers engaged. You could create, unfortunately, we don't have our VIP or loyalty program for customers anymore, but we are hoping to get that back sometime. So maybe just creating something of your own, that if your customer refers X amount of customers to you, they may get something. Just remember also to always your customers' names, if you need to write a list of them or have a CRM somewhere along the line so that you can have a record of your customers. That's really, really important, because you don't want to forget people. Because a lot of the times too, they may not be people that you necessarily know or are in constant contact with either. So having their names written down somewhere is really important. Communicate often, which is what Katie was saying before, just to keep in touch with them, keep them in the loop as Kate said, it could be a new product, it could be a promotion, as long as you're contacting your people regularly. Market to your existing customers. Treat everyone as an individual and not as a number. And find out their why. That's a really big one. Why are they on the product? What's working for them? Why did they start it in the first place? Because some people have some incredible stories, believe me. And show genuine interest and actually listen to their needs. I see it happen so often that we love to tell people all about this product or tell them about a new one, but very little do people actually stop and ask questions and actually listen to the answers. And that's one of probably the biggest tips for tonight's training, is that when you ask customers questions and you actually listen to what they're saying, you can really read a lot into what their actual needs are. So you could be talking to them about their product and they're talking about, how maybe they're about to lose their job or their hours have just got cut and they're stressed and whatever it might be, we have solutions for them. So it really is about just really listening to your customers' needs.
Totally back. So, we're looking at turning customers into distributors, and I think it's like 80% of our distributors are original customers, because, people need to be able to, believe in the product. Most people do, in order to distribute it. So it really is so important that these customers, we keep in touch with them. And it's the other thing is so important that 100%, okay, you don't have, they need to, it's okay that they don't want to be a distributor, that they just want to stay our customers, because our customers are our volume, aren't they? You know, and they will be there, they'll still give us volume, we can still love on them, they might add a different product in, it's absolutely fine. Never prejudge who will or won't. I've done a presentation and I've had a man sitting on my stairs who looked completely disinterested. And I thought, why is he even here? He listened every single word that I said, and he could, you know, he can relate it back to me, and he jumped straight on board, you know. So never prejudge anyone who will or won't be a customer or distributor. Give everyone the option. And I really didn't do this at the beginning. I hid behind the business because I really wasn't quite sure about how it worked, because I was new to network marketing. But now, you know, it's a disservice, I think, if we don't offer it to everyone, that it's an option out there, that it's something that they can change their life, be it that $500 a month, or, you know, the really big journey. You know, the personal development, like Raji was saying, I've really learned that network marketing is about, you know, personal development wrapped around a product that you're in love with. That's what it is. So give everybody the option. And look, nobody wants a pushy Pam, do they? Nobody wants that. They just, you know, just be your authentic self. We have got the best product, haven't we? Just be enthusiastic and know that you're there to support them, you know, if they do choose to become a distributor.
Absolutely. And the great thing about that is too, with the don't be pushy, if you're talking to enough people, then your focus isn't on 2 or 3 or 5 people, you know, and you don't become desperate in the outcome. And that's one of the biggest things I took from what Raji was saying before. She's not attached to the outcome. She's just there genuinely sharing her absolute passion and obsession for this product. And, you know, I could tell you that she probably talks to people and moves on, talks to people and moves on. She's not sitting there waiting for the computer to ding with a, yes, Raji, I would love that product, you know. So I think that's really important. Talk to enough people that you're not attached to the outcome.
Totally. And, you know, I was talking to somebody about this today, about high noon. And I remember right at the beginning in some training I had when I came to the academy, it was Campbell.
Seth Campbell. Yeah.
And he talked about high noon. And somebody might not want to be a customer today, tomorrow, or next week, but they might be in a month's time. You know, there might be a distributor. It's just timing with some people. So just pull back, love on them, and, you know, they may come back at you. Always just keep them in your little mind, and who knows.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a really good one, that high noon of people not necessarily being ready right then, but if you keep them informed, keep information coming to them, they'll come back around. So when you're connecting with customers, you know, how to offer them the opportunity, what do you say? Well, first of all, you want to ask them how they're finding the products, you know, what do they love about them, what benefits are they finding, and let them talk. Make sure once you've asked the question, you actually stop and listen. And once you've listened to their answer, then you can actually go back and reiterate exactly what they've told you and what their benefits are. So it's one thing for people to say it, but for them to actually hear back how incredible their results actually are is another thing. And then saying to them, do they know anyone who might, you know, want to have those same benefits? Because I'm sure that they definitely do, and they may have already been thinking of that. It's just a matter of you actually prompting it. Explain that if they refer people to our products, that they could get paid. Unlike if they recommend, you know, like a book or a restaurant. How many times have you recommended a really good restaurant to someone, or a really cool book to read? What do you get paid for that? Nothing. Well, why not recommend a product that's really worked for you, that you're having incredible results with, and actually get paid for it? So when you actually explain that to people, they think, oh, hang on a minute, yeah, I really could do with an extra $300 a month, or I actually do work for myself, and when I stop work, well, what's your plan B? So just asking questions to actually get the information out of people, because sometimes it actually takes them to come to their realizations by actually having that conversation first. Would they be open to learning more? none of this is pushy stuff. It's just conversation. Do you know, I don't always bring this up, but I've noticed how many people you have been talking to about your experience. Would you be keen to look at a way that you could make a part-time, full-time, or big-time income? You know what? If the answer is no, you've lost nothing. There's still going to be an amazing customer for you. But if the answer is, well, yeah, I'd be interested to take a look, and you get to do a business presentation and they say no, well, you've just gained more experience in presenting the business. But if you present the business and they say yes, you've just got yourself a new distributor. So I think that that's really important, to offer everybody the opportunity. And you can see in all of that there, if you're writing that down, you've got your notebook, that is awesome, because if you're not doing this, write down the little scripts, write down the little sentences, the questions that you can be asking. That will really help, and it can really, really change your business.
Oh, fantastic. After approaching them, okay, so we've gone through all that, we've given them the script. Stop and listen. This is so important. And I'm a chitter chatterbox, and I'm learning now to stop and listen. And it's called listening to the pain. I call it listening for their pain. Do you know it pops up so quick? It might be, oh, I just haven't got enough money for a holiday this year. My boss is driving me demented, all these things. It comes in and you go, okay, well, let's talk. Listen, and then you can listen for their objections. As soon as you've talked to them, how many times do we hear, oh, but I'm not like you, I'm not a talker, I don't want to be sell and push, I'm not that person to my friends. Listen, and then you've got an opportunity then to talk to them about that objection and how they overcome it. A really great thing to do, Beck was talking about, explaining that you tell your friends how great you feel. You want your friends and your family to feel as good as you. And most people, if you say to them, can you think of 5 people in your family now or your friend group that you think would really benefit? Every single one of them has more than 5. They just don't know how to talk about it. They get a bit scared and they think that they're selling and spamming them. I often say, would you like me to come to your house and do a little presentation for you? And then, and they go, would you? And I say, sure, I'd love to help your friends and family. And then you get people on and you say, well, look, you've got 5 customers already. You can do this with our help, and you don't have to do it really full on. And they have this, they open their eyes and go, wow, that could be me. That could be residual income that would get me that holiday or get me away from that boss or night shift or whatever. So listen for that pain. And I'm telling you, it pops right up in your face before you even know it. So, yeah.
That's a really good one. The other thing that you probably hear a lot when you stop and ask the question and listen to people is, oh, look, I could never do what you do. I just don't have the time. And I don't think people realize sometimes how much they can actually get done in a short space of time, like we're doing on these Hour of Power. If you did that 3 to 5 times a week, just the hour, solid hour every day for 5 days, and take the weekends off, what that would do to your business if you were committed to that. So actually letting people know that it's not about, you don't have to do this full time. Do people do it full time? Yes, absolutely. Do you have to start off doing it full time? No, you do it in the nooks and crannies of the time that you actually do have. I allow a set time per day, but am I messaging in between all of that and phone calls and whatever? Absolutely. And it's just getting people to understand that they can actually have a business, but if that's their objection, unless you ask the question and listen to the answer, you may have never even known that.
Yeah, totally. What do you do when they say yes? You jump up and down, you spin around.
Do the happy dance.
Yeah. So you smile and just, you just want to be excited and enthusiastic, because let's face it, the more distributors we get, the more people we're going to get on. You get on that 3-way call. Honestly, the 3-way calls so work. I'm using myself as an example. I didn't use 3-way calls. I'm on them now. I'm loving them. Get people on them. Get them to a launch, in your area, any meetings, an opportunity meeting or a Zoom. And a lot of people are a bit, oh, what's a Zoom? Get them on it. Show them how to do it. and introduce them to teams, because when you introduce them to other people, it becomes a support system, but it also becomes a family. And that's what we're at here with Team Activate. We are family, and we're all beautiful, friendly people. And they go, oh, you know, I'd love to be a part of that. And, you know, we all know it's not just about that. It's about creating all sorts of things, and friendship and family. I just have been blessed with the friends like Bex now that I've met, and so many, that it's just amazing. And get them like to organize that launch event, you know, make them feel comfortable. So you don't even have to do anything, just turn up with your friends and I'll do it for you. And as we move on, I'll help you, you know, to be able to do that and give you the confidence for yourself, and just hold the hand, because it is scary. It's scary for most people when they join the business, particularly non-MLM people. So just be the, you know, the person that you are, and the great distributor that you are.
Beautiful. Awesome. Thanks, Kate. And taprooting. So taproot into your current business, but also taprooting into with your customers as well. So what that means is, who do they know? Don't just talk to a customer just for them, or a distributor for them. It's about getting into their network and finding out, who do you know, who do you know, who do you know? You'd be really surprised who will come along if you just keep asking the question. And ask them whether you can help them, whether it's, you know, with the product or whether it's financially. And again, listening for their pain, as Katie said, and it's all about just getting to people's networks. So, you know, you might bring on a distributor who might not do anything. That's fine if they've decided, you know, they're back in the witness protection program. Ask them who they know that you could actually talk to. Because quite often you'll find it's not necessarily that person who might do something, but it's definitely probably going to be someone that they know. So that's basically it from us tonight, guys. Thank you so much for joining.